Hello, Lynn. I'm Wesley Days, here with your Lynn News Update. Governor Charlie Baker held a press conference in Lynn today. Governor Baker announced that 26 Massachusetts organizations will receive grants to help provide residents with local and fresh food. The grants are funded by the governor's $36 million Food Security Infrastructure Grant Program. Today, protesters gathered in front of Lynn City Hall to ask that state legislation be enacted to prevent evictions and foreclosures due to the coronavirus pandemic. LCTV's Mukala Kabungo spoke to some of the protesters at today's event.
Housing is a human right. Housing is a human right.
Community members gathered in front of City Hall demanding legislation for the expected wave of evictions and foreclosures.
We need housing stability for everyone, not just when there's an epidemic, a pandemic, or a crisis going on in Lynn.
Housing is out of control. There's lack of housing. And now this, with the COVID, this is just crazy. Where are all of these people supposed to go?
Residents are disappointed that officials have not put together a long-term plan to fix the housing issues happening not only in the city of Lynn, but throughout the country as well.
I'm very disappointed in our legislators. I do not understand why they don't have the feelings for their constituents, why they have not protected them. These are the people that have put them in office.
Housing is a human right. Everyone deserves to have housing. Everyone deserves to have food on the table.
There's no need in this country for people to have to live this way. It just shouldn't be happening. Someone has to take a stand, and that's what we're trying to do.
Our legislators are not there for us. So I am saying vote them out, the ones that will not protect you, that are not there for you, and that housing is a human right.
Attention young Lynn athletes, the Massachusetts Intergalactic Athletic Association has recently announced that fall sports will start on September 14th. Following a vote yesterday afternoon, the MIAA Board of Directors approved the date. Though September 14th is the approved start date, it all comes down to if state-mandated education guidelines allow for a fall sports season. Now onto some sports news. The North Shore Navigators got their 9th win of the season last night as they rallied to defeat the Brockton Rox 9-6. Ryan Cerrone's 3-run triple was the key play in the Nav's 6-run 8th inning to erase the 6-2 defeat. LCTV's Mukala Kabungo spoke to Cerrone after the game.
We are here post-game with Ryan Cerrone. The Navigators just had another rally with the 9-6 victory over the Brockton Rox. You had that big triple to catapult you guys. Tell me, what did you see on that pitch What did you see on that pitch?
Yeah, well, I was coming to the plate. I saw they changed the pitcher. I knew the guy was throwing really hard. The first 2 pitches, he challenged me with the fastball, and he beat me. And I knew that he was probably going to come a third time with the fastball when I was down 0-2, and I kind of shortened up my swing, kind of limited my movement a little bit, and I just tried to put the barrel on the ball, and it happened to work out. I got it to the outfield, and I was glad to get those runs in.
Yeah, and you guys had a big 8th inning. You guys scored 6 runs in that inning. What were you guys seeing out there? Because it kind of, after you guys got the first 2 runs in the 2nd inning, it kind of, the bats were kind of slow, and then you guys just picked it up in that inning.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit quiet, and Dylan with a huge hit an absolute nuke to center field, and that kind of got us going. Started putting some quality at-bats together. Sean hit the ball hard to third baseman. The guy had a tough play. It's hard to make that play. And we just started. This team doesn't quit. We go. It doesn't matter how much we're down. Late in the game, we're always going to fight. We're always going to take aggressive hacks on the pitchers and make them earn all their outs.
Yeah, and this is the second time these guys have came here. You guys rallied against them. What is it about them that you guys play them so hard? They play you guys so well, and it seemed like the past 2 games that you guys played them here, you guys had to rally to get those victories.
Yeah, I feel like every time we play these guys here, you're right. I think our back is up against the wall, and I think that kind of pushes off. I feel like a lot of times in these games, and we're trying to do a better job with that, but we're down early in the game, and it puts a lot of pressure on our offense. Pitchers are making good pitches. They're hitting the ball. They got a lot of good hitters, and our backs are up against the wall, and I feel like just the resilience of this team, we're able to do it almost every single night.
All right, good. Congratulations on the win, the Navigators. You guys got Nashville tomorrow.
Yep.
So good luck with that. Continue the momentum going.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem. You guys been watching post game. Ryan Savoni, I'm Kyle Kabongo, watching LCTV.
The Navigators are back on the field tonight as they take on Nashua Silver Knights. The first pitch starts at 6 p.m. Now, over the weekend, Ward 2 counselor Rick Starbird, along with youth football coach John Ray, organized a cleanup of Keaney Park. The cleanup is part of Keeping Lynn Clean movement. LCTV spoke with the two organizers.
The park was really beautiful already, actually. We got a lot of help from Rich Avery and his work group with the youth and Lynn. They did a great job.
It's just, it's unfortunate, really, when you walk around the parking areas and you see the Wendy's and the McDonald's wrappers and the booze bottles, and it's just people pulling in and they don't think anything of just rolling the window down and throwing it out on the ground. I just don't get it.
We have to do this throughout the city, as everyone knows. It takes a village to keep our city clean, and now more than ever, because there's just so many debris being thrown out of cars and ponds around the city, and these cleanups are happening with sweat equity, like with Rick and his crew and the volunteers here.
It's always a good thing to come out here and sweep the field, so to speak, especially when the people are going to be out here using this field. This field is probably the most used field in the city.
The real reason we did it is because East Lynn Pop Warner uses this field. We take pride in our home field. We practice here every fall, and we want to make sure that we're doing our part so other people respect the field. You know, you respect the front of your property, other people respect it too.
It's really good to have everybody come down on a beautiful Saturday morning and give up a little time, and the more people we get, the faster we get the job done, and I appreciate Council Lapierre coming down here as well and helping out on a pretty hot day.
The DPW in the city of Lynn can only do so much. There's barrels around, but people clearly don't use them as much as they ought to. So we're just happy to be down here, giving a little time. As Rick said, more hands make for lighter work, and that's what we did today.
It goes without saying, it's a beautiful thing when you see the people that come out here and support the community, the program. It's a blessing, you know, that people are taking pride in the community. I mean, it's a big up for us.
Usually, this place is packed with baseball, Chargers, East Lynn, flag footballs here. So all those people that are part of those organizations should be down here helping clean up. They should do a good job, and we're trying to set the tone for that.
Think that it should have been decreased, or that the police budget should have taken kind of a step back? I know with all of the social unrest that you're talking about, that a lot of people are concerned about the budgetary or the funds that are going to the police department at this time.
And I would just say, frankly, I think it's the opposite effect. When you look at the police budget, it's about $21 million. A small percentage of the overall $375 million, which we passed. And a lot of that goes to our schools. It's mandated by Chapter 70 state law. But when you say defund or de-invest, I don't think that's the answer. I would prefer to say it's a reallocation.
If you want to watch my full interview with City Councilman Brian LaPierre, you can go to LCTV's YouTube page or our website. This has been another Lynn News Update. I'm Wesley Days.